And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to probably the greatest episode of the Mecca Banter podcast of all time, in my opinion at least. Beautiful Memorial Day weekend to do nothing but just celebrate our asses off. So many good things happened in the league this year that we couldn't be more excited to dive into today. Good things in St. Louis soccer, not so good things in the realm of the country as a whole. But nonetheless, I'll be your host this week. Wings, you can find me on Twitter at LCW21, and I am joined by three of my co-hosts this week. We'll start off with, let's see, who do we start off with here? We'll start off with the stash man himself, Mr. Bucci Main.
What's up,
fellas?
Brother? How we doing, man? Good to be here. Happy to be with my friends. Another Lafayette season in the books. Cheers to my kids. And school's out, baby.
What'd you do today, Butch?
Went to Target, got a haircut.
You get your haircut at Target?
Wash. Huh?
You get your haircut at Target?
No. If they did, I probably would.
Butch is like, man, busy day.
Yeah, I got
woke up at 10:30. When
I did, dude.
I don't blame you. Just giving you shit.
Mr. Hoover, how are you, sir?
Good, man. Never been better. Alive. That's what matters. So
survive.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. But yeah, done, dusted. Season's over. Never want to think about it again. It was awesome. So happy to be here. Young Yid on Twitter. Been active. So shit behind the scenes here.
Happy for you, and partially happy we won't get a deeper dive into the championship next season. But
I'm just happy to be still a part of the league. Yeah, for sure. So
yeah, and then back in Champions League football, and now outside of Spurs, so the longest that it's been since their team has won a Premier League, 13 whole ass years. Mr. Connor Sandobri. That's crazy work.
Jumping in, it's like nobody wanted to talk about the past, and now everybody keeps talking about
crazy work.
So it's like talk about the past. It's like Ryan Giggs has more Premier Leagues all time than your whole club.
Crazy.
So it's like I'm you know what, fellas? Well, let's get into the most important thing that's happened this season.
Here we go.
Bruno Fernandes now above Thierry Henry, now above Kevin De Bruyne. Arguably bigger than whoever won the Premier League title this year in terms of social media, likes, you name it.
It was an own goal.
We'll get into that.
Because it's good to be here after a long season. Shout out and for real, congrats to Winks and Griff and even JP for winning the Premier League. Wasn't exactly entertaining, but then again, in like 50 years, like nobody looks back and remembers how entertaining it is to win. So congrats to them for pulling it out. And I think, to be honest, it was a kind of a crazy, wild, up and down, Premier League season from, I wouldn't say top to bottom, but all the way through the middle. I think it's been extremely competitive. So credit to Arsenal for getting it done. Credit to Arteta for getting it done. I think the other three of us on this call are all going to be diehard PSG fans come Saturday. But credit for winning the league, I guess.
All their starters had the luxury of playing, I think I saw a stat, it was like 3,500 less minutes of footy this season.
Speak for yourself about not bringing it up in 50 years. I could be on my deathbed, and there's going to be an asterisk next to that title. So
yeah, whatever.
It's just it is funny. It's like Leicester City. It's like blind squirrel found its nut. It's like, let's go another 22 years without another one.
Try staying in the championship. They got been relegated twice since theirs too.
They did it again.
They got relegated again.
All right. Well, before we actually dive into all that, we'll talk about the hometown team first. St. Louis City whipped up on Austin FC on Saturday, 3-0. I was at a photography gig, as I mentioned before we started this, so I didn't get to watch any of it, minus getting the FOTMob updates. Very happily in church, by the way, while I was taking photos, seeing that we were scoring goal after goal after goal. So for those of you who did get a chance to watch, let's hear your thoughts.
Yeah, man. The stats don't show it on this one because I think we've talked about this team a lot already this season, and like sometimes the stats are like, man, we were great, we just didn't do it. This one, I think, is a little bit of the opposite. We dominated the game. One expected goal. Compared to their 0.3, we really shut them out of anything all that dangerous. But we were actually clinical for once. You know what I mean? We've called for that, I think, all year, and we got a little bit lucky on the first own goal. But like, dude, after the first 20 minutes, it was ours. The game was ours. We let them in a little bit towards the end, but wow, I mean, turns out Falu Fall was a pretty solid player, pretty solid defender. They touted his goal scoring ability, on set pieces before he'd even come into the club, and
I mean, he's 6'4". He's a big
6'4", left-footed center back. Like, dude, yeah, maybe we try and get this guy on the pitch more often. It's just he's had a cameo or two that I don't think he would be pumped about, over his last few appearances subbing in. But dude, gave him 90. He was fantastic. So yeah, I mean, it was so great to see just like an actual commanding performance at home. What are we? We're 4 points now outside of a playoff spot. Colorado and San Diego right above us, sitting in 12th. So it's exciting. Like we're going into the break for the first time, on a high. Like we've gone into this summer break a bunch in the past, and we've been bad. So now it's like, all right, the team's starting to figure it out. The tactics have been really pretty solid. Whether or not we can keep it up with the players we've got is to be the question. But now it's about who we bring in. Cedric Teuchert, third highest earning player on the team, is headed out. His contract expires this summer. He will no longer be on the squad, and honestly, it tells me we open up some space in the salary cap. We make a splash in that position like that. We can't rely on Hartle all season, and I really hope Cordova's loan doesn't go further than this summer either. But it's exciting, dude. Semifinal for the Open Cup. Go for it, dude. That would be huge if we were to pull that. That's a Champions League spot. That's a CONCACAF Champions Cup spot. It's a trophy. I don't care what we lift at the end of the season. That would be awesome. So
Agreed.
I'm gassed about that.
Totally agree.
I will say, I think Hoove, I kind of agree with your point that I think you said it in like a way that I'll agree to, where I don't think this is the best that this team has looked this year in terms of like just like overall play. But like we took our chances and then just shut the fucking door. Like I think overall as a group, like I think we've seen better performances, a little bit better stuff on the ball. But like if we can now just string it all together and take our chances, and also it was nice to see Leuven play a little bit further forward and not have to do some of the defensive stuff and let him do what he does best. But take the 3 points and run with it. We were clinical. We fully deserve to win. I don't care if Austin's a good team or not a good team. It's like we just needed a result. City Park was sold out. We won 3-0, scored 3 goals. It's like take it, go on a little bit of a break, and then continue to build on momentum from here. Like all about it.
Yeah, we got some time for Berkey to come back from his injury. I still think he was a little. It was an embarrassment injury in the Open Cup, dude. I
said that instantly. I was like, he made that mistake and then came out 10 minutes later, or whatever it was. It's like, all right, dude, like own your mistake. Yeah. I will say, Benny's been okay. He's been okay,
dude. 6'6", long, dude. He's got like a 7'2" wingspan. He's an unreal penalty stopper. Berkey couldn't stop a penalty if you told him where it was going. So like that really got us through the round, and then he looked good on Saturday as well. So yeah, man, it's It's feeling good.
I just looked at it. It's like I thought the break was a month. It's like 2 months.
Yeah,
We
full
don't
World
play.
Cup.
We don't play our next game until July 16th.
Yeah, against Kansas.
Yeah, against Sporting.
Yeah. Well, hopefully there's a guy. You know, we got a couple guys out. Ostrak, I guess, is going to be good once the break's done. Polvera, who's been pretty massive this season, got hurt on Saturday. I don't really know what his injury diagnosis is, but hopefully he'll be back. You know, I think this would be a good time to get some of the guys with their legs back under them, and bring some people in, bro. Bring in a striker. Give me a striker, like a legit
Spend some
one.
money.
Nah, bro, for real. Put the money where the mouth is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you know,
Lit.
lit. You know, I think we're slowly moving in the right direction from, you know, the term we used a few episodes ago about, you know, we're not bad, we just suck. I think that this is definitely a trend moving in the right direction. But
Now we're just not bad.
yeah,
I'll take that all day.
yeah, 100% progress. And you know, speaking of progress, as we move into the Premier League here, saw that Tottenham finished 3 points higher than they did last season, so that's also progress.
Damn.
What's all the
man.
fuss?
Despite how the table may have looked.
What's all the fuss?
Yeah, I mean, West Ham become the first team, or I guess the highest points total team to get relegated in Premier League history. So despite how much more competitive the Premier League was all the way around this year, you guys did finish better than you did last year with, on paper, a much, much worse team, especially looking at your injury list. And your so-called the refs are out to get you mentality. Still finished.
So-called is a wild stretch. But,
still in the Prem, you stayed up. Matters came on in the last game of the season, came on the last few games of the season. He's back. You don't have to sell off, you know, half your team. What's your mindset after all that, after Super Sunday?
Good, great, never again. It was a weird mix of emotions, to be honest. Like, it was obviously, I was glued to the TV on Sunday because that was always on the table. Spurs lose, West Ham win. That's it. That was always on the table.
I don't think I can physically comprehend like the nerves of a relegation fight. Like, I don't think that like I could comprehend the feeling that you were going through on Sunday, dude.
Monica, my fiance, took a picture of me on Tuesday after the Chelsea catastrophe. And I was just like head in hoodie for a good 10 minutes after the game. Mostly because I was like, all right, well, it's going to go to the final day. And then you sit with that for 5 days, dude. Like, I knew for 5 days it was going to come down to it. I was nervous. Everyone knew it. It was the worst, dude. I hated everything about it. I didn't even really have it in me to celebrate like João Palhinha's goal. Like, I was like, all right, someone's offside. There was a foul in the build-up. You know, someone fouled the keeper. I just genuinely accepted that was going to be the reality of it. And it wasn't until they kicked off again after the goal that I like could stand up, breathe, just kind of walk around my house for a bit. It was, yeah, dude, it sucked so much. It was miserable. But, you know, people online are like, well, you guys are just lucky that you stayed up, you know, except every other season where people stay up with 41 points. Teams stay up with 40. That, you know, that's not luck. It's just the fact that we made it. But, yeah, dude, I mean, you look at next season, you've got the guy in De Zerbi that completely turned everything around, and that's already, you know, set in stone. He's going to be the manager. I think he only had like 7 games. They won 2, I think they drew 2 and then lost 2, which is just an immediate turnaround, you know, of what we'd seen the majority of the season. And realistically, you get Matters back. You hopefully Kulusevski's legs still work. You get Mohamed Kudus back. You have all these guys that would have contributed heavily this season. And then you obviously go out and spend some money.
Two of them healthy. I don't think you're anywhere near this position. Yeah,
dude. I think Matters healthy all season.
Yeah.
We're not in this position. Is that half the issue under Thomas Frank was the fact that we had zero creativity at all. Like, it was defensive structure, set up defensive structure, and then there's just nobody pushing the ball forward. You're working with Polina, Conor Gallagher, and Bissouma. Who's pushing the ball here? It's not realistic. So. I think the whole physio team needs to be sacked and overhauled. I think Johan Lange, the sporting director, needs to be sacked. Again, he got Villa relegated. I just don't understand where the thought process was in bringing in a guy who got Villa relegated like 6 years ago, dude. It wasn't that long ago. Great decision.
Now they're in the Champions League and European champions.
Yeah, bro, a shocker. I wonder what the writing on the wall is there. The president, Vinay, needs to go. There needs to be some major overhaul. But we've got a 19-year-old, or I think 19-year-old Vuskovic, who's in the team of the season in the Bundesliga, center back. He's unbelievable. I wholeheartedly think Romero's gone. That's the easiest 60 mil to Atletico Madrid I've ever seen. He has his own. There's his own storylines against Romero, but he was at the game. It's all that really matters. So there's going to be a lot of moving pieces, but I think at the core there's some really solid players on the team, and De Zerbi even came out. De Zerbi was just so positive the whole time he came in. Stick together. We can do this. This is Tottenham. We're going to stay up. All this stuff. And then as soon as the final whistle blew, he went to the media and was like, "Yeah, there's 9, maybe 11 players that I want to keep." Like, he just came out and just dropped the positivity gimmick immediately. And now he's going to go back to his. He was a savage manager at Brighton. He was a savage manager at Marseille. He's
the only approach you can take to it. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's the right approach to take. Like,
yeah,
I give him credit for, like, you could tell after the game how he wanted to celebrate harder than he probably should have. But, like, I also get why, because it's like he was literally dealing with nothing to work.
He was handed a box of rocks and asked to turn a relegation club around, and he did. So, huge ups to him. Some are saying he's already a club legend for just doing that, and honestly, pretty impressive. But yeah, now you give him the keys.
I would argue Ange kind of did the same thing, or was given the same task, and was ruthless. So who the fuck knows?
It's almost the same, right? It's almost the same outcome. We just didn't win the Europa League because we weren't in the Europa League. We got to the round of 16 in the Champions League, which was a feat in itself. We were undefeated in Europe for a while. Ridiculous. And then, honestly, it's a couple Kinski errors, and I think we beat Atletico too, to be honest.
Which good on him, dude. He came up huge the last 3 games out of nowhere.
Yeah. And some of those saves, he made good saves. He also made a couple relegation saving saves. That one against Leeds.
The save to his left, was it the Everton game or the game before? Diving save.
That Everton. That save on Everton. He saved a free kick against Wolves for that first win when De Zerbi got in, and then the one against Leeds, just reaction push off the bar. I'm super pumped for the kid.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Super pumped for the kid. I'm so glad that'll get your confidence back, no problem.
I do feel for West. I feel for West Ham.
I think truthfully they didn't deserve
9 out of 10 years. I don't think either of you guys are in a relegation battle.
No. It should have, in my opinion, it should have been Forest, and with all the drama that we dealt with them. But
if it wasn't for PGMOL screwing them out of a goal and handing Arsenal the title on a plate, it's like,
buddy.
Yeah, but yeah, great, awesome. We did it. Everyone stayed up. All the players' posts are just unbelievably unacceptable season, but we were across the line. We're staying up. We go again next year. So that's just got to be the mentality.
Yep.
There's no other way.
Yep.
100%. Not to make it about us, but that's the exact kind of post Saka made, years back, saying, that the fans deserve more, and
I think this is the
Not
first year we
hopefully,
haven't
but-
seen one out of Harry Maguire in like the end of the season in like 4 years.
I know. Damn. Well, in other news, Pep Guardiola is leaving the Premier League finally. Thank God.
Hitler is dead.
Hitler is dead. He
I'm
died
sorry.
like a dog. No, greatest manager of all time. I think we can all agree.
Don't get Dobes fired up, bro. Don't do it, man.
No.
I can't
Just-
take anymore, bro.
I
Is
mean,
it
I would
Chip
assume
Cook manager? I
I
don't
would
think anybody's
assume the other two of you agree. Maybe you don't.
Butchie, we had this debate. I put Butchie in his place real quick.
Here's my point. I'm gonna say this since we're talking about Pep. Okay, he revolutionized the Premier League
For sure.
bringing a style that was made us wake up
He
at 6
changed the
a.m.
game
every
more than-
Saturday.
more
right?
than anybody, for sure.
Sir Alex is the greatest manager of all time in the Premier League, for sure. Like, I used to think it was Pep. I think if you look at the pedestal, it's like my hands, it's like Sir Alex is right here. Pep is literally like
1A and 1B.
He's like tickling his feet, but he just can't pull himself up. Right? He's right below.
Well,
Some of the stuff about it though, it's like Pep didn't just revolutionize the league; he revolutionized football.
For
and
sure.
and I don't know if Sir Alex Ferguson won everything there was to win over and over. He also had arguably the best team in the league often.
And he won a European trophy with Aberdeen.
Right,
They
that's
beat Real
for
Madrid.
sure. For sure, that's insane. But I think the way that teams play around the world now has some effect because of what
I will
Pep
say,
has done.
I don't think the Premier League has ever seen a higher level than what Pep brought out from his teams. Like, and sometimes it wasn't always like enjoyable to watch and sideways passing, etc. But like the level that he had those prime city teams playing, I think you could make the argument are some of the best Premier League teams of all time, bar none.
That treble team was unbelievable.
And it's like some of it. It's like you do have to be right. It's like you do have to be bought by Saudi, and like it's like you have to have all those factors in place and whatever the charges were. It's like, but if you just look at what happened on the field in those 4 or 5 seasons and how high that level was, it was like nobody was touching them. And it's like credit to Liverpool for getting them once, but like no, I don't think even Liverpool played the level. Liverpool played a different style, so it's different strokes for different folks. But the level that he had that City team playing at was out of this fucking world, man.
Yeah.
Like it's
and I don't even think you can look at it just from a perspective of how he revolutionized the way that his teams played and other teams started to emulate that, but also on the other side of the ball, defending a team that plays like that. I think that he shifted the way that the Premier League, for the most part, just the Premier League, but the way that the Premier League defends teams who picked up that style of play when they did have the ball.
for
I
sure.
don't think we saw nearly as many teams sitting back the way that they did, especially only having their striker pressing in a lot of ways, or their striker and one winger.
Suffocated teams.
Yeah.
Except Tottenham Hotspur, which objectively is the funniest thing of Pep's history. Is his bogey team in one of the greatest tenures in the modern history of the game. The dude could not beat Spurs, bro. We pulled 4 points off of him this year, arguably handing Arsenal the title. Like,
Hang
with
it up.
Thomas Frank and Igor Tudor, brother. It was just Tottenham. I don't get it. It was a back-heeled scorpion flick from Dominic Solanke. Like, what, bro? That makes no sense.
Insanity.
Who would you guys say? I mean, I think it's got to be KDB, but outside of KDB, who do you think is the best player of his tenure? I mean, Rodri?
David Silva. by far.
Silva.
David Silva.
No, I mean one's got to belong to your.
David Silva.
Rodri's unbelievable.
David
They have
Silva.
they have
David
so many
Silva.
guys. You can
You
argue
look through
so
that
many
whole
different
history.
things.
Aguero, incredible. Bro, Raheem Sterling was firing on that team for a while.
Yeah,
Like people
David
kind of
Silva.
forget.
yeah.
Bernardo Silva was just
Mahrez,
so good.
dude, fucking
Mahrez.
Yeah,
I think Pep's come out in interviews and said, I think they asked him that, and he said David Silva was the one genius, like besides De
No.
Bruyne.
yeah. They asked him. I think the question, I'm paraphrasing, but they asked him because it was something about along the lines of like how he gave like basically every player that's come through like specific instructions in terms of like how they had to be, where they needed to go, etc. I think there was like two that he gave to like do whatever you want, and it was KDB and David Silva. Like go wherever you want, find the ball, create, take over the game, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. One thing that's impressive though about Pep, if on this topic real quick, is that shows how good of a coach he is. He took a guy like Rodri to win the Ballon d'Or, bro. A defensive midfield player. That's incredible. That's incredible. Like
and even at those beginning of the beginning of his tenure, like he was inheriting Ancelotti's team, and those teams were still good. Like he told, he was one of his regrets was, not giving Joe Hart a chance. He gave everybody else a chance.
Well, that sounded like a PR answer to me.
Yeah,
Joe Hart.
I'm here so I don't
Insanity.
get fined.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look it up real quick. How much like the total amount that he spent, and this isn't trying to take anything away from him. $2 billion.
Yeah, that's why for me Sir Alex is the best because
72 permanent signings.
I know Hoove said Sir Alex had the best teams, but you got to remember one thing. Sir Alex did it with academy kids. He made academy kids superstars. Guardiola made world superstars bigger.
Yeah, on the flip side, you got to think of like I'm trying to think. I mean, obviously Foden would be like the number one example, but like I'm trying to think who else is like an academy kid.
Nico.
I mean, Nico's just kind of coming onto the scene. I mean, Palmer didn't necessarily do anything for them.
There's not many though.
They've never been known for their academy, I feel like.
Regardless, man, I think it's one of those where, like, we saw it with Sir Alex. You saw it when Wenger left. Like, Maresca's got a hell of a job for him.
Yeah.
Like, regardless if that team stays. I could see Rodri leaving. But, like, to be honest, I could see Haaland eventually leaving too. I mean, they still have all the money in the world, which should make it easier. But still has a hell of a job in front of them based off the standard that Pep set. So,
Yep. I think so too. Well, I guess moving from titles to title list this year and also worst title defense in the history of maybe
I'm looking forward to this section.
Hold on a second. Winks.
You'll always walk alone.
Actually, second worst title defense behind Manchester United 2013-14 when they finished 7th the year after they won the league. 7th place. We finished 5th.
Maybe, but I don't know the stat.
And I'm not after that season.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, the greatest manager of all time left. Oh,
doesn't matter. You went from 1 to 7. We went from 1 to 5.
Might be why.
But just curious. I don't remember. I wish I had the exact numbers on me, but I feel like you take into account worst title defense when nothing that big changes outside of you guys spending over $200 million on new players and then coming in this next season and giving up the most goals that I think you guys as a club have ever given up in a Premier League season.
And in a winnable title season too. Like you look at the last 5 years, City and you guys finished with what 90+ points.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was because Man City wasn't as good. And faltered a bunch, and it was on the table.
I'm also not going to let you do this. $200 million, that was on 2 players, bro. they spent close to $500 million, man.
No, listen. Here's my segment on this. It is by far one of, along with United's 13-14. You could say Sir Alex left. I get it. Definitely arguably the worst title defense of all time. And you look at it and go, okay, I'm reading all this shit from Fabrizio, right? All these slot quotes. And Dobe sent the funniest one to me, which shows he should have been fired right after he said it. And when it was, we lost 4-2 to Villa 2 weeks ago. And he goes, but scoring 2 goals against Villa is not that bad. I read that, bro. And I literally wanted to throw my phone across the room. And I'm like, this is where we've dropped. Our manager, we lost a game that, like, we get 4th place if we win that game. So we finish a spot up. We lose. And he's sitting there saying he's trying to justify the loss. You can't justify anything.
Dude, I also think it's crazy. It's like Mo Salah was fucking fantastic last year. Like, this drop-off isn't as drastic if him and Slot don't butt heads.
But do you yes, but don't you think
I think Salah's coming back next season if him and Slot got along. Like,
don't you think though that there's other heads in that dressing room that want him just absolutely exiled, but they're too afraid to say something? 100%. How do you think Van Dijk feels?
I agree.
Dude, Van Dijk is
it's really whatever Cody Gakpo wants at the end of the day. So
yes, that's his adopted son. I mean, obviously they don't look the same, but they can't be his real son. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like Slot, Van Dijk is a one of the greatest defenders in the history of the Premier League, a modern competitor, warrior. You think he's happy?
Jamie Carragher, tier 2 though. Remember,
I'm gonna fucking smack you. All right, I'm trying not to get all upsetting. Guys, there's got to be some stuff in that locker room that's being said behind closed doors without Slot being around. That I'm telling you, dude. If we stick with this guy in August, if he's our manager, we are royally fucked. We are FUC.
I was trying to find it, but I do think I saw it where I think he's got the number 1 odds going, like, after this season, to the number 1 odds of first manager to be sacked next season.
Bro, he should be gone in June. We should be bringing in Iriola next week. I would love him.
He's gonna be your manager next season. Like, that's all done.
Yeah, it's confirmed.
Slot? Yeah. They said they're backing him, and I mean,
it cannot be better as a truther Liverpool hater that a club legend in Xabi and Alonso says no to Real Madrid, or says no to Liverpool. They don't even give him a phone call, and instead he chooses to go to Chelsea that finished 10th. Doesn't have any European football at all. And you guys stuck with Arnold Slot.
Man, that's giving Chelsea a letting off early. Like, bro, that is a sham front office.
Seriously, yeah, 100%.
Ownership. There's nothing that says to me that Xabi Alonso is going to get a bunch of help there. But is it anyway?
Like that I think is a fumble, Butchie, that I think you guys are going to regret. This is no banter. Like, I do hate Liverpool, etc. But I think that's a fumble. It's like post World Cup, depending on who might be good at the World Cup, like. Who would, like, because United, we were in the same boat, and we weren't going to get Luis Enrique. He wasn't going to leave. Like, who are the other world-class managers that are out there? It's like, say you fire Slot in October, like, who's there? You know what I mean? So I think that's why it's like not cutting ties and going all out for Xabi is gonna be painful and hurt you guys next year. It's like,
yeah.
Ariola is rumored right now to go to AC Milan, which I think would be fucking bad.
I think that'd be sick.
I think it'd be so sick. But you know what I mean? That's like, no banter aside. Like, I think that unless Slot figures it out, which I think it's 50-50 he can with Salah and maybe fix the dressing room, there's not a lot of world-class managers that are out there just period right now.
I know, but just from my level of thinking with all this, like, you know how hard it's going to be for him to fix that dressing room and get them to believe in his ideas again? It's going to be so hard. It's going to be so hard at that level.
Words, for as much shit as I'll continuously give him, and like, I understand he will probably go out for Germany and arguably one of their best players. Like, I could see him being one of their best players.
They're going to build the team around him.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like the fact that he could never get the best out of him this entire season is fucking insane.
Yeah, because we've all seen Verts at his best. The guy is unbelievable, like unbelievably good.
You guys would have finished 8th or below without Ekitike.
For
Like,
sure.
True.
And
True.
Van Dyke. You take those two out, we are screwed.
100%.
Screwed, bro. But yeah,
Well,
second worst
excited for
style
next
defense
season,
of all
huh?
time. Yeah, second worst style
Woo!
defense of all time.
Liverpool's
So-
golden area. We finished above them 5 times in 10 years.
Yeah, did you see my text the other day? This fucking guy's got Twitter facts just boiling in his brain every second
Brother,
of
it's
the
not
day.
even that.
He
It's not
wakes
even
up
that.
and says, "How can I piss Bucci off today?" I'm gonna text him at 7:27 a.m. A picture of Van Dyke.
Butchie, for 1 year straight, I had to deal with you winning the league and us finishing 15th. So it's only
That's
karma
facts.
coming back. Karma coming back.
It comes
That's
back around.
facts.
Yeah.
That's facts.
It comes back around. I'd love to talk for a minute, if that's okay. You guys,
Sure.
you guys can put me on mute.
Should we leave? Should we leave?
Yeah, everybody turns their cameras off. Go get a beer. Because I've been waiting my entire fandom.
Chug a tequila bottle.
There you go. I actually got this before I start. I want to show.
Oh shit! This guy's got fucking artifacts.
One of the agents that I work with sent me this Cactus Jack collab
Nice.
bottle of tequila. Been waiting to open it. Now might be a good time. Now might be as good a time as any.
Yeah.
Because for the first time in my fandom, Arsenal are Premier League
PJML champions,
baby. Premier League champions. No, what do they call it? What's the word for it? No.
Oh, you're such a dick.
F you, Dubs. Premier League
I
champions.
got him tongue tied now.
I'm getting emotional talking about it. I love that Hoove has his feet up in the background and we can sing it and we can see him too.
No, we can't see his
Hey,
feet.
real quick, let's all clap for Winks. Come on, let's give Winks a clap. Congrats, brother. Hoove, put your hand together.
I know these claps are truly for JP, not me, but I appreciate it. No, I don't think people outside this fan base, outside of Hoove winning Europa League, understand what this year meant. I think that, it's been one of the most emotional rebuilding stories in my personal fandom across all modern sports, because it wasn't just a title for us. I think that, we had to survive something first, and thinking about where this club was with Rob Holding and 7 other people that I had never heard of at the time starting for our team. We were irrelevant in conversations about the best teams in England and Premier League, and then we get this young cat, former Arsenal player, coaching for Manchester City at the time, Mr. Super Mikel Arteta, walking in, as this young, unproven manager, and I think we were all a bit confused, especially seeing where Wenger took us and where, what kind of manager Unai Emery is right now. I still think he's one of the more respected managers in the Premier League, and so
I think he's the best in the Premier League, but that's just me.
Yeah, and so for this guy to come in and have his first coaching job coaching Arsenal, I think that it's easy to be hesitant about it. But I think what he's built up until this point has been really special. Yeah, there's been a lot of downs, but I think the steady trend and trajectory pointing upwards is something that I'm really thankful for, that I can speak for the rest of Arsenal fans in saying that we're thankful for, but I'm also thankful that, the front office trusted a manager to go through his process and go through the rebuild and not fall into this sort of Premier League stigma lately of firing managers after 6-8 months of not winning a trophy. I think that a lot of that makes it all the more sweeter, allowing a manager to completely rewire the DNA of a football club after coming from not that much longer beforehand, one of the greatest Premier League coaches in the history of the league, in Arsene Wenger. And I think despite you guys all hating him. I think he is a generational manager who doesn't get enough credit. During this Pep super team era, he was not only the first manager to win with a Premier League that he previously played for, he was also the only manager to finish above Pep in any league more than once. One of 3 Premier League managers to beat Pep to a title, above Klopp and Slot Hussein. And he used 3 to 4.
You're also naming why Pep can't beat the GOAT. Like you're listing off why Pep can't beat. You can't lose to Arteta and beat the GOAT.
And that's fine.
I'm sorry.
And he used 3 to 4 academy kids this season alone, after a complete rebuild, to win the league, all while in his first job, or with his first team that he's ever managed. And so I think after 3 seasons of coming, just painfully close, 3 seasons of, sort of rebuilding and believing, and then watching it just slip away, broke, I think, most of us several times over the last 3 years, seeing injuries come in and come out from key players. But I think that, for the most part, very much inclusive of players that we brought in prior to this season, I think this group this year used that as fuel. I think, I mentioned it earlier, but Saka, coming full circle, making that post years ago about Arsenal fans deserving better, delivering on his promises.
I'm gonna puke.
Blow me.
Less goals than Richarlison, by the way.
Less goals than Casemiro.
Yeah, that's fine. Highest ranked right winger in the league.
That guy didn't show up to school all season and got an A in the final.
You ask anybody you've seen the video of everybody asking everybody on the England squad who their favorite player is, and they all say Bukayo Saka. Your guys' ability to still hate on him, whether it's as a player and not as a person or
I
what,
never hated him as a person.
Insane. Yeah,
he's a likable guy.
Yeah.
My eyes tell me different when he plays football, but he's a likable guy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then you've got guys like Declan Rice coming in and just instantly becoming the engine that our midfield needed. Gabriel and Saliba being the duo that solidified us as the toughest defense in world football this year.
Toughest? Wait, hold on. Like toughest to beat or toughest is in manlyhood?
No, man.
Toughest to beat.
Okay, thank you. I was gonna say, hold on a second.
Toughest to beat. Although there are some tackles that you could argue, but if you measure toughness as on a manliness scale, our center backs don't cleats up, take guys in the shin like a certain Spurs center back that I know.
If they did, they would be called Reds anyway. So it's not like it means anything.
Exactly. That was good. Yeah.
It would have been a foul on the other team.
Yeah, whatever. But for me this season, and I'm sure at some point one of the players said it in their post-game pressers or post-trophy pressers, but I think this season was for all of those players that were with us during those dark times, the Xhakas, and even all the fans who are exhausted from hearing the same thing every year from rival friends and fans, and from feeling the frustration before any of you guys ever said anything to me, or other fans said anything to any other Arsenal fans, because like I said at the very beginning, I think having gone through something makes it so much more impactful.
I'll give you that 100%. Yeah, I'll give you that 100%.
Yeah, and so I think having I think thankfully football, when you as we know, when you pick a team, it's blood. You don't hop around like Nick and pick a new team. Yeah.
What are you talking to, fam?
Couple of strays.
But to be fair, Winks, I agree with you wholeheartedly, and that's one of the reasons. Griffin, I have pictures, dude, from when we were 7 and 6 years old of him and the Arsenal kid or whatever. I did, but as much as you guys don't think I have a heart, I sent him a, I got him a custom old Highbury Arsenal driver cover
Sick.
and sent it to his house and stuff. So I do. It's you're
Yeah.
right though. It's like the thing I was telling like Jordan, who's become a fake Arsenal fan. It's like I was like, dude, I mean that because it's like you're not a fan until you go through some like tough times. It doesn't make sense for you just to like be able to strictly celebrate when things are good. Like unless you've been in 22 years is a long time, and like hopefully United isn't another 22 years total, but like.
It's gonna
When it
feel
is,
it's gonna
it-
feel
yeah,
just
it-
as sweet when you guys go through it
100%.
and Hoove
100%.
it's gonna you're gonna
Who
I don't
you're
know.
like you need who
I,
you're
I,
80.
I don't even know Hoove. You might
I'm just happy to be here.
yeah, you might go skydiving without a parachute in a good way after it happens.
Who
Just
when
thinking
you're in an
thinking
old
you can
folks
fly.
home and Tottenham finally does it, dude. It'll be just
We'll wheel over from our rooms down the hall and we'll have a beer with you. Yeah.
We'll make sure you got the finest nurse that night taking care of you, bro.
Hey, man, you never know about De Zerbi's tricky lily whites. You never know.
I don't know. Freaking Sonny Gray could be, or Harry Winks or someone could be managing Tottenham by the time we get to
Oh my
by the time
God.
we get to that age. You never know.
the one
That boy's
thing.
got himself relegated twice. I don't want to hear his name
The
anywhere
one
near
thing,
Spurs.
the one thing I will say, Winks, is it's like one Premier League title. It's like yes, it is a big deal in terms of Arteta. Like it is a big deal. Like I still think Arteta has a ton to prove in terms of like get to like, I think the manager that all you got, all the guys you like you want to compare him to. But like if you guys win Saturday, I think it instantly like there's not a lot that anybody can say if you win a if you win a Champions League, and I think especially against this PSG side, like
Yeah,
there's not a
and
ton you can say. 'Cause I think every aspect all over the field, I think PSG is a better side.
it's a daunting task, but I think we look at the last 3 years. No, we didn't also make it to a Champions League in the same year, Champions League final rather, but we won our last 5 games of the year. Pretty ugly, whatever. We won the last 5 games of the season in the Premier League, and we didn't do that anywhere close to that the last 3 years. I think that the mentality is different in this group this year, and so despite, like I said earlier, our starters having played thousands more minutes than the PSG first team, I think that it's going to be a really, really good game, and I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest bit if we pull this thing off.
You're going up against one of the best managers in the last decade.
No,
We are.
no Hakimi either. It's
Yeah.
huge.
It's gonna be a attacking cauldron against a defensive bus.
Budapest is going to be bumping. We'll see who
What
travels
Gilbs,
better.
can you look up on DraftKings what are the odds that Gabriel like earns a PK or earns something for Arsenal
That's-
with a dive?
It's not a thing.
Well,
That's
let's
not
make it
dude.
a thing, brother.
I was getting
That's
ready to look
not
up what bet you were going to ask too, and
Let's
then I
make
was
it
like,
one,
what the
bro.
hell is he doing?
That doesn't exist, dude.
Well, I'm gonna call your freaking supervisor and tell him to put it on there.
Wouldn't do that either, my friend.
Insane. But yeah, I know that we have the World Cup coming in, a couple weeks, a little less than that, but we Arsenal fans are going to be celebrating for the next foreseeable future.
Congrats, man.
Thank you, buddy.
Congratulations, brother. Welcome to
And
the club.
yeah, good to be back. To round it all off, though, with probably some sad news across the board, is the U.S. men's national team final roster got released. Hoove might actually walk out
You're
now.
cooked. No Johnny.
No.
We have
I've been saying it.
no Diego
I-
Luna. We have
I
Gio
te-
Reyna, our star boy, in the lineup. Thank God.
I
Dogs, I'm
texted it.
with you on this one.
I texted it to Hoove. I was like, we can bitch and moan all we want in terms of selection, or like who's going to be in there and who's not. It's like, but the 26 guys are our 26 guys, and like, I'm ready to fucking go to war for our 26 guys. Like, you know what I mean? It's
Yep.
like how else are we supposed to like? I get it. It's the fun, and like technically, like we're podcasts. We're not pundits, but like we're supposed to give our opinion. Like we're supposed to give like a reality opinion or entertaining opinion. It's like at the same time, just like who the fuck am I kidding when it's like when June 12th comes on the Friday night and these boys are like opening game in LA at home in this country. It's like I could run through 10 brick walls, and I don't care if I don't care who's the starting right back. Maybe I'll bitch about the lineup like initially, but it's like I think it's just one of those where it's like for all of the bad that we've seen like the last 2 years, because I don't think there's been a ton of great from Poach, and there's been drama through the lineups and whatever it is. It's like I think on paper, I think we have a really solid like 13, 14 that I think can do some fucking damage. And we win our group, get a favorable draw going into the, the knockout rounds. It's like, who knows what can happen? So it's like, I am with everybody that I agree that like, do I think that this is necessarily like the best group of all time that like we were expecting in 2026 to come out of the U.S. men's national team camp and take these progressive step forwards and maybe be a world superpower? It's like, no, we didn't take those steps. But at the same time, it's like, fellas, it may not be the best group, but who am I to not believe it's the right group? You know what I mean? Like, so I'm here to back these guys and until the fucking sun comes up, like, because who knows what's going to happen.
True.
No, I'm with it, dude.
Well said.
I mean, I think if you want to get technical, our depth is bad. Our goalkeeper options are bad.
Bad.
But
Our
I back
center
him.
back depth isn't great. But I saw. I'm trying to find where someone posted just a sample lineup. I really liked it, dude. You got, if we're gonna play 5 at the back, which I think kind of suits this team because we don't really have an abundance of wingers. You've got Dest, wing back, perfect role for him. Jedi, wing back, perfect role for him. You've got Chris Richards coming off one of the best seasons as center back an American center back's ever had.
Timmy.
Mark McKenzie is going to probably be out there. He's had a pretty solid season.
I even think you could put Freeman as a right side. It's like he was actually like really, like he was really good in Spain this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Your midfield is without talking about Berhalter and Roldan, which I think everyone in the world.
No, Johnny does. Just
Johnny
suck,
sucks.
No,
Yeah, Johnny
party,
sucks.
bro.
No, Tessman sucks. But you're still talking about Tyler Adams and Weston McKennie. That's a good center mid pairing.
Yeah.
You've got Timmy Tillman, who played great all season in the Bundesliga.
I think we might see him in the Prem next year.
There's definitely a world. He's going to be in there with CP up left underneath Flo Balogun, who kind of found himself in some form at the end of the season. We can sit here and bitch. I think we have a right to, because we're Americans and this is what we live and die for. It's the World Cup. It's home soil. This is when you want to be your best. Arguably, talent-wise, this is the best men's team we've had. And we can talk about, the Dempsey and Donovan years. They had more grit. They wanted it more. They were just dogs. Like, I think that both of those things can be true. But if this team puts it together, dude, it's a solid squad. Like, I'm just refusing to believe we get grouped, which our good buddy Henry Wind felt. I don't think we get grouped. I think Turkey gives us a tough time. But once you get out of the group, bro, you're in knockout football and anything can go. I'm not sitting here like, yeah, we're going to win the World Cup. I just want to see a good little run, and I want to see good football, and I want to see them put it out there for the badge, dude, because we haven't really seen that from them in any major tournament in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So that's the bare minimum I'm asking for, is that they just go for it.
I
Sunday,
couldn't agree.
2:30, Senegal. Like we play Senegal, and then I think who was it? Germany. I think is our I think we got 2. I could be wrong about
Portugal. I think it's Portugal.
No, we play Portugal. Bro. We play Senegal, and then that next Saturday, home to Germany.
Dude, I'm with Hoove. I just want Pochettino to get these guys believing. If we can get to a quarterfinal, semifinal, I will catch all of you down in Hoove's Hood at Tam Ave. We're squadding up, and we are going nuts in that bar.
I will say,
Book it.
Dude, I think a player who coming into this tournament has a ton of pressure on him based how he finished the season is Pulley.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he
Wait,
has
though. He was
been,
hurt.
he has been. But even when he came back, he was so like he started the season as the top goal scorer in Serie A.
He
Got a little
was.
bit hurt and then never caught his form again. Like not saying he can't do it in a U.S. men's national team jersey. I like, but we need him to be the first half of Serie A, Christian Pulisic,
Yeah.
or we are her.
Bro,
But it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you think, like I'm with Hoove. It's like you think about it. It's like, dude, Timmy Weah was like great for Juve. Like Weston McKennie was great for you, like for Juve. Tyler Adams was fantastic. Scored a half field goal for Bournemouth. Scored a half field goal for Bournemouth this season. Like Balogun bagged goals after this year. Like Pepe moving to Fulham. Chris Richards, best season he's had in his career in the Premier League, was fantastic for Crystal Palace. Jedi, so good. You know what I mean? It's like, if you look at the talent, like the talent's there. Like I think what me as a U.S. men's national team wants is it's like take the talent and then combine it with the feeling that I got with the Donovan and the Dempseys and that team of just a fucking die for the badge mentality. Put it all together. We go out in round of 16 or quarterfinal, whatever it is, and we can sit there and say we watch these guys play 3 group stage games, fucking tackles flying. You know what I mean? Like gave us something to be proud of. It's like then maybe Poach got it wrong, and then I think we can complain about certain stuff, but like there's still so much talent, and I think injuries and different things that have happened are preventing some of that. But it's like Poach took Tottenham to a Champions League final. Like he's a tournament manager. You know what I mean? It's like, so you got to take that positive of like, can he do it? It remains to be seen. But I'm also like, prove me wrong before I don't start dying for this fucking group of guys. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, man, bro. It's all going to come down to who's in between the pipes, bro. Because our goalkeeping buns, brother.
But fellas, I'm not joking you. What's the third goalie?
Who is it? Slonina?
No, it's
Matt Freese, Matt Turner.
Never heard of the third guy.
Is it Chris Brady?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he plays for Chicago Fire.
Yeah, under Berhalter.
Oh no!
We got 2 MLS guys, 3 MLS guys. 3.
He's 22 years old.
Berhalter called Poch and he's like, "Hey, I know I'm not the guy anymore, but just do me this one solid and put my keeper in there."
14 matches. 14 matches. 14 matches. 16 goals conceded. 0 of 4 penalties saved.
Great.
Nice. Sounds great.
Could be a tournament player.
You know what? I'm a Chris Brady diehard. Come on, Christopher.
Yeah, dude, back the kid.
Put him in, coach.
Oh,
we're fired up, eh?
Dude, if we get grouped, everything I just said was a lie. I didn't mean it. That's
yeah.
It's okay. It's not going to happen.
June 12th, boys. It all starts.
Where are we going?
Yeah, Tam Ave.
No. I'm not gonna say the places out loud, but I have 2 places I'm waiting on a yes for. So
okay.
All right.
You let us know, fam.
Westport, anywhere.
Need volume, colonial uniforms.
Colonial uniforms. If you get us out,
volume
will be in period dress.
That's
volume
one of the
in reference to beers or people?
Everything.
Good answer.
All around.
It's one of those things where like work is like trying to do like a formal watch party. I'm like, fellas, I don't want to be a part of a formal DraftKings.
I don't want to be a part of.
I'm not going to get business. I'm not going to get business in a colonial wig. Like,
no. Formal is really anything to describe, but the opener of an on home soil World Cup, brother. Yeah. No, there's not going to be. I want to make sure I remember the whistle at the end, the final whistle. Yeah. I want to make sure that we're still humming. That's my concern.
This may be the only one we get, fellas, in our lifetime.
Correct me if I'm wrong, really quick, but I believe it's a 9 p.m. start.
No, it's like 6:30.
That's even better. Give me the late one, baby.
Is it?
Oh my God, it's 8 p.m.
Let's go.
I told you.
Rip so hard.
I told you. That Friday,
boys
that Friday, I'm taking off work, fellas.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
actually so stoked for a lot of these group stage
I'm not
games to
sleeping
not
the
be
night before.
at like 5 a.m.
Oh, I
That's
texted
gonna
Hoover
rip.
then.
We're gonna be able to
we got
watch every
happy hour
game
soccer
fully
for 2
awake.
weeks.
Yeah.
We got happy hour
Yeah.
soccer for 2 weeks.
And I'm
or 3
on
weeks.
summer break, baby. Yes, sir. Let's go.
I love that.
Love my
Ugh.
job.
Yeah, so World Cup kicks off June 12th. I don't know how many days. It's like 15 days from now.
Crazy.
Dude.
Insanity on home turf. We'll be commentating on all that, so be on the lookout for future World Cup episodes. I'm sure one of these ones coming up here soon too. We're gonna do sort of a deep dive into guys that we think have a chance at Golden Boot, Golden Glove, so on and so forth for the tournament. Our dark horse pick for the World Cup and so on. So be on the lookout for all
Neymar's
that
last
jazz.
dance.
Oh, written in the stars, maybe.
No,
Maybe?
they're toast.
Yeah, they're done. But yeah, we appreciate you. If you guys made it this far, we appreciate it.
Chris Brady, Golden Glove.
There we go. Back it. Book it now.
Both keepers get hurt first game. These are only options.
Paraguay takes out both of them in the first half. No, don't knock on wood right now.
No.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you guys next week. And in the meantime, give our socials a follow. Hoove and Nikki especially are super active on the Twitter. Check out the Instagram, TikTok, all that jazz. And we'll see you guys next week.
Cheers,
lads.
gents.
Cheers, boys.